Hi, everyone. My name is Tamara Duncan with Epiphany Healing Arts and AutismCollective.Love. And today is our first live stream of our weekly live streams. So you'll have to forgive me. There's a lot of exterior noise around here. I'm not quite sure what I was thinking in doing something like this at 5 o'clock because this is the time of day when I have usually the dogs go a little wild. I've got Cookie in here. He's ready to bark at things and lots of activity around here. So just please forgive me for any of that background noise and things. So this is a live stream. This is where we connect together with the Autism Collective. And if you saw my video that I did earlier this week on Monday, I launched, you'll know that I launched this amazing healing modality where these beautiful beings that happen to have an autism diagnosis are coming forth with these very high vibrational, kind of out of this world healing talents and gifts and frequencies to bring to earth to help to in the raising of the vibration of the collective human field. Also, in that comes that awakening to basically remembering who we each are. So I call them kids, even though they're all young adults. One of the kids is going to come forth in the beginning to do what we call set the field of energy for our event right now. So just, if you want to close your eyes with me, take a few breaths. I'm not going to meditate, like I said, because I have active doggies around here. But let's just take a few nice breaths together while he sets the field. And he wants me to explain to you while you breathe what it means to set the field. So imagine all the people that are on live or watch the recording, so time does not matter. That we are in this field of energy, and in that field we are protected, we are sovereign, we are loved, we are love, so we are the vibration of love, we are beautiful, we are most highest connected to our highest self, our soul space. Welcome to other dogs to the webinar, to our live stream. And we welcome in our animal friends who are also part of this, and they're probably coming over to say hi. I'm going to get on camera soon. You guys going to help me out and be nice and quiet during our live stream, okay? Because I have GOODIES for you if you do. I am not against bribing the doggies for good behavior. Okay, so we're in this field of energy, and one of the kids just set that field for us so that, hello, Lacey Lou, so that hi, yeah, there's Lacey saying hello. And setting the field is really important, and one of the things that I want to share to you is this is such an important, no, Ari, this is such an important, it's not like my laptop, okay? Mission that we're on. It's so important that we've had some very interesting attacks of energy on us. And I'm not going to give any energy or any thoughts to that because we've spent a lot of the day working on clearing that and setting up new boundaries and things like that. But it just goes to show, this is Araham. It just goes to show how important boundaries are coming up right now for us. So boundaries, I had to leave this boundary open for the dogs to come in and out because they would then paw on the door and then bark and bark and bark the whole time, which would be a little bit more distracting than Lacey licking her area right next to me as we do this. But boundaries being very important right now for all of us, and this being something that we need to keep in mind. So having these different sort of attacks on this field of the AutismCollective.Love field, which is a specific field for doing this particular healing work. And I just want to let you know, and I think I said it in my first video, but just to be sure, this is not necessarily healing work for children diagnosed with autism. This is those children, young adults, actually doing the healing work. So it's actually for our people out and about. Maybe somebody who's had some different visions or noticed that they have an intuition and they want to go deeper into that. That's what these kids are coming forth to do. Okay, so with that said, I'll be doing a combination of channeled information from the field, and also channeled information that came through about 2 hours ago. So we've been having these sort of telepathic team meetings. And as we've been working a lot today on the field of the AutismCollective.Love and making sure that we have those boundaries up and our processes in place for how we're doing things, in that a few, I would say, drops of beautiful wisdom came forth from some of the kids. So I'm going to start with Spencer's message. So thank you for clearing the field and working with the field. I just want to thank one of the kids for doing that. So Spencer wants to talk about how we use our words and how we can use our words to move stuck, rigid programming. And if any of you have been seeing things and looked at Dr. Robert Malone's things and up to date on this, what's it called again? Mass formation, which is like a psychosis, which is this sort of brainwashing psychosis that a good chunk of the population is under right now. Our words, the words that we have, in the vibration and how the words that we choose to use can help to shift that, can help to move that programmed energy. And it's kind of funny he brings this up. My heart feels big because one of my neighbors, she moved to Vermont, but one of my neighbors is a hypnotist, like the kind of hypnotist that does like fairs and carnivals and things like that. She has like this big show. And I kept thinking I should ask her, what's the safe word? What's the safe word? Because there's got to be a wake up word, right? And honestly, in my meditations, I've come up with, there's been a few things that I've come up with that have come forth that are kind of wake up words that can jolt people out of this programming. And I'm not saying that this programming has anything to do with a certain political belief system or anything like that. It actually exists and supersedes all of that. Hello, Ari. Everybody likes hearing all your panty slobbery breath. So, one of the things, let me just check with Spencer, see if I can go off. Yes, he says yes. One of the words I've been using, or phrases, it's a mantra, is Sat Nam. And you might know that if you've ever done Kundalini yoga. And there's a big definition for it, but basically it is a remembrance of who you are, not who you are right now, like, oh, I'm an energy healer and I work at a bar studio, whatever. Not that who you are, but like who you are in there, in your gut, in every breath you take, in the light that you are, in your being, in your soul, your field of energy, who you are, a remembrance, and who you are in your whole connection to life out there, to the divine, to your spiritual. So it's all aspects of you and the universe and everything, who you are. So what happens when we remember who we are? We remember that we're sovereign. We remember that we're love. We remember all those things that we set up in the energy field. When we began today, we remember those things. We remember who we are as a soul and our purpose and why we're here and what we're here to do. We remember. When we remember, then we can see like, oh, that messaging over there, that's bullshit. That messaging over there, they mixed it up. They put a little sprinkle of truth mixed with a little sprinkle of lie, and then they infused it with chaos. I don't accept it. We can start to see, when we start to see the energy of things and feel it, then we can be in that discernment and be in that sovereign choice of like, no, because that's manipulated. I do not choose to accept that narrative. So this programming has no power. It has no power. Another one that comes through is Om. Om. Om, 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 om. Om, the universal sound. I see this as the reset button, the reset sound that also reminds every part of us who we are, why we were here, like from creation. From creation, our body knows what to do. From creation, our immune system can tackle anything. You know, what's happened is life and all those things have come in that have damaged that immune system. But when we can peel into the damage and be like, yeah, but remember you know what to do, and remind the immune system, then the immune system can do its work. So another word to surpass the programmed influences that have come in via GMOs and chemtrails and all this other crap that's bombarded us, poisoned food, water, and air, right? We can dig into that. Om, remind the body what it knows how to do, what it was born in the creation of you, and remind it what to do. So you can like reset your cellular memory, all kinds of things. That's how powerful words, mantra, your mind is. So what Spencer says is remove this stuck, rigid programming because of what's happened. There's psychological, we're under a psychological warfare. We're in a psychological war that has disabled people's ability to function. It has limited the conscious expansion and growth. That's what this programming has done. And it has emboldened hatred, victimhood, and on purpose misunderstandings. So I want you to think about that. We're in this sort of weird mind warping game about all of these different topics. But if you believe this, then you have to believe that, and you have to believe that. And we're in this sort of weird battle of things that are false, things that are true, and then what is truth, and all of this confusion. So I would call that confusion. So he gave me 5 points to talk about moving this stuck rigid programming. I already gave you my 2, but these are his 5. The first thing is so important is to use words and language that unite us. When we're out there in the world, now still discern, still see, spot the programming, reject or accept. One thing that came through in my meditation 2 weeks ago is this term, what I'm looking into, my laptop, that TV over there, my phone charging over there, my iPad, my Kindle, all those things in my meditation were referred to as frequency boxes. There are frequencies that come through those devices, those pathways, and we a lot of times don't even think about discerning it. We might not put on something scary because maybe we're sensitive and we have dreams and stuff. Maybe it goes that far. But what about some of the other things? Just the news, or just it could be something that looks positive, but then all of a sudden you feel funny. Frequency coming our way. And the most powerful thing we can do is keep awakening so that we can discern it. We can be like, that doesn't feel right. I'm rejecting that. So So that was another thing. But what Spencer says is words that unite. What kind of words? Words like good health, love of family, prosperity, words like that. There are a lot of other words that trigger separation. One said to me often, and all of us often, is stay safe. And there's this little jerk inside of me that says, I never felt unsafe. What the hell? Like, why are you telling me to stay safe? Am I unsafe? Do you think I'm unsafe? And my mind goes down this like little like rebellious place with that. But words that, so even something that you would think that would be just a kindness, like, oh, stay safe out there, it can trigger. And we don't need to like parse our words, too hard, but good health. Oh, I wish you guys the best of health, you know, on every day, not just because there's, some thing that people test for and cold like symptoms, whatever. I wish you good health. I wish love in your family. I wish family unity. I wish, good relationships. I wish that you feel love. I wish prosperity for you, abundance of opportunities, things like that, that no matter where people, no matter how programmed they are or where they believe or how awakened they are, and that's different than woke. Woke is the most like a very unawakened state, quite frankly. It's an ego trap. um, but these words that we can choose to use are uniting. Um, Number two, find ideas that join us. So, what he says is free the mind of our differences. We can come up with all kinds of ways that we're different right now. It started, 4 or 5 years ago with the 2016 election, how divided, and a lot of us were like, wow, can it get any more divided? Uh, I guess we were proven like, yeah, it sure as heck can. But what does unite us? What is it that we want? What do we all want? Do we want to breathe crap air? Do we want, poisoned food? Do we want some of these things? But we know what we don't want, and we can unite on that. But what do we want? Kind of goes back to that healthy kids, healthy bodies, love in our hearts. We want to feel accepted. We want to be part of something. There's so much that can unite us and ideas that can unite us. So free the mind from thinking about what's different and embrace the mind that can find what we can unite on. Number three, Spencer says, everyone is your neighbor. And then, of course, I'm in school at Cal Baptist University, and so I have to take a lot of the Bible classes and stuff. And of course, I started thinking of love your neighbor as you love yourself, like you love yourself. So if everyone's your neighbor, love them as you love yourself. Love yourself like you love them. This back and forth love energy. Everybody is your neighbor. Everybody is worthy of your love, of your love. Number four, be free flowing with kindness and love because everyone deserves it. That's his other message. So if you have a thought like, I really want to like give that person some love, lift them up, share something with them, instead of just holding back like, well, I don't know if they would really want it from me. No, just do it. This is like your opportunity to be like, not hold that stuff back. We really don't have time to hold that stuff back. If there's something bubbling up in you to say that's kind, do not hold it back. Let it flow. Just give it. People can receive it or not. That's okay, but let it go. And then the last thing that he says is let people be who they are and think what they want. Let them think what they want to think. There's a plan for each human to evolve to higher consciousness. Okay, we might be thinking, like, well, I don't know if that person, they're pretty like, look like a new soul over there to me. They're pretty like, you know. Spencer says, no, 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 no. There is a plan and an opportunity for everybody to increase their vibration, to learn and remember who they are, to tap into their spiritual gifts, to live their soul purpose, to accomplish what they need to on this earth and why they're here, why they plan to come, those things that they need to check off. Everybody has that availability. Every single person that breathes on this earth. Um, and what he says, though, is it's available, but only with free will. So we can't make anybody awaken. We can't force them into it. We can't like say, look, open your eyes, look at this. We can't make them. It is their free will choice. If they choose not to, okay, we go back to these other things that he said. Find ideas that unite us. Use words that unite. Remember to love them as you love yourself because they're still your neighbor. It's okay if they make this choice to stay programmed or stay in a lower vibration, do bad things. Of course, we remember that we always, because we can always set up our boundaries with people, and we should. Usually get upsets them when they discover something's a little changed. But oh well, that's their situation, not mine. Gets me in trouble a lot. But and then that free flowing with kindness and love, everyone deserves it, even if they are wearing, a different lens, seeing things through a different lens. Let me just breathe in and see if Spencer has anything else to say about that. He actually is just saying that he wants to offer up a transmission of heart love. So this is a field that he's creating with his heart to send out to anybody who would like to receive. You will not receive it unless you make a free will choice to receive it. You can say to yourself, I receive that which is in my highest good, or maybe you don't feel like it and that. So he's just going to take about 8 breaths. And if you've decided to receive his gift, imagine your heart opening like a flower and receiving light on its petals. And about 3 more breaths here. Thank you, Spencer. All right. Jordan had something to say too. So if you want to read about Spencer and Jordan, you can look at the AutismCollective.Love website, and there's some descriptions of the types of healing that they bring forth. They're very different energies, very amazing. So like healing coming forth that is like really like, it's almost like we had to shift our vibration on earth so that they could bring these vibrations in. So cool. Okay. So, Jordan, she wanted to talk about sleep cycles. She started putting it in my ear last night. And then she really like wanted me to really get it down today. So what she's saying is she's referring to a lot of us as empaths, and her and the kids as just higher like empaths as well, to a very higher sensitivity level. And empaths have a different level of need for sleep. She said that sometimes, or a lot of times, empaths need a pulsation of sleep. So maybe a 2 hour increment, a 4 hour increment, an 8 hour increment, but not be necessarily forced to have this full 8 hours of sleep. That sometimes they'll have 2 hours and then they'll pop up, 4 hours and pop up. And that is what they need. They need to have it in this way. And what she said is sleep is more of an energetic reset and retuning and calibrating the body temple, recalibrating to the earth's heartbeat and womb, is what she says. It helps the empath to survive. And so take away your expectation that sleep has to look a certain way and has to be a certain way. And just open to it being something different than we think. What she says here is to live here on earth, an empath, especially ones from the Autism Collective, um, need, um, they have to adapt. And it's not easy to adapt to earth. Especially the ones in the Autism Collective, and even those like, say, star seeds or just very high empath people, um, living on this earth is not so easy. And and recalibrating this, resetting the system, uh, attuning to your body and the earth that you live, being this spiritual being, and then this earthly body needs this certain time for that work. To live here, we must adapt, she says. And she says, Earth Mother wants us to be her home as she is our home. So, what Jordan's kind of showing me is this oneness with Earth Mother, is what she's referring. And then I asked her, what she says is that as we protect Earth Mother, she protects us. So there's this give and take, this one, what happens to us happens to her, and what happens to her happens to us. Um, we are interrelated and connected because of our agreements to come here. We are a weaving together. As we have made our choice to come here into a body on earth, we are interwoven our beingness with Mother Earth, Earth Mother. And so I asked her about Mother Earth, because we have different images that may come to mind. She says, I'm not talking about the planet called Earth. She's talking about the Mother Creator expression from the one source. So if you think about God, universe, source, whatever your word is for what most people refer to as God, and how some people believe, depending on your belief system, that there are different expressions of Jesus in an expression, maybe Buddha, Muhammad, these expressions, right? Earth Mother, Mother Earth is the expression coming forth as in the creator form, the mother form, the nurturing form. As we nurture ourselves, we nurture the mother. So that was one thing that she wanted to talk about. Now back to the sleep. She says that when we do go to sleep, well, actually, all the time, we are awake in one world and asleep in another world. So when we go to sleep at night, I'm pointing to my bed, I awaken in another world. When I wake up from my sleep in this world, when I wake up, I'm awake in this world and I go asleep in that world, whatever that world is. And what she said is, this is our existence. And we can work on expanding our awareness of that wake, sleep thing by connecting each night to our soul self and saying, so like, say right before you go in, when you go to bed and you're about to, like, you shut everything off and you're about to go to sleep, she says, say, and on a journey we go, and close your eyes. So you make this awareness intention to know that as you sleep here, you're going on a journey there. And, when I'm more spiritually in tune and connected, my dreams are really productive. I've told people stuff about this existence. I've been like, yeah, this happened that multiple times. I've become aware in my dreams of me telling people about how my dad passed away and how I'm holding anger. I'm going to cry just thinking about it because it's still there. Um, and telling them about other random things, telling them about the yoga, like all kinds of things. I've also had people tell me, "Hey, you came into my dream and I told you I needed healing for something and you gave it to me." Or, "You know what? You told me what herb to take." And I don't have awakening awareness of it, but they sure do. So we exist on these other levels for people and with people and for ourselves. And so what she's saying is that now we can start to like open up into a bigger awareness about that. So her idea is to take note, to remember your significant journeys whenever or wherever that may be. So a lot of people keep like a dream journal or something like that. Um, that's always good. But certainly the significant things. I mean, I still remember there's certain dreams. Maybe you're like me that you remember and that like rocked you, or you woke up and you had this knowing, I know exactly what I need to be doing right now. And those are the ones it's like, whoa. I remember the first time, and a lot of times I should ask her about this. I'm in both places at the same time. Let me just ask her about that really quick. I often wake up and I'm seeing something in front of me and talking to it, and then I realize, wait, what? Where am I at? And then I swoop into this waking life. Sometimes I'm yelling at things, sometimes I'm battling things. I am one that battles a lot of stuff in my sleep, um, which is why I have these bags right here. Because my husband will tell you, like, he'll hear me. People all over the house will hear me saying, "No, go away now." Many times during my sleep as I'm setting a boundary. And I'm not awake to do it. I'll wake myself up in the middle of it. Um, so, okay, Jordan, what do you want to say about this awaken both worlds at the same time? She said, yeah, because we're multidimensional beings. And so that's sort of the next level of it when you're aware here and aware there at the same time, which I'm giving you an example of right now, right? Because that's the funny part. What is that? Well, I'm doing it, right? I'm telepathically connecting to Jordan. That's a multidimensional communication. That's not a my mouth to your mouth. That is a multidimensional communication. She exists for me not at her house. She exists for me in a field. And by field, I don't mean like flowers and stuff. I mean, if you imagine like graph paper, like, you know, a field, a torus field and she's feeding me information through these lines of connection in multiple ways through words, ideas, thoughts, memories, feelings, sensations, pops of ideas, inspirations. She's feeding me information in that way because our beautiful boy that started the session protected the field. I can be sure that I'm communicating with who I want to communicate with and not something else. That is not allowed. I've had enough of that business, interference energy. All right, so yes, so as we develop this understanding, and I'm kind of giving this from her, as we develop this understanding of awaken one world, asleep in another, you can then morph into being awake in all these spaces. Um, she does say that's exhausting, though, and a nice good nap is important. And so as people awaken more and more, they'll experience the awaken one asleep in another, and then the awake and the awake. That's when you have to take purposeful, nurturing naps and actually close the field to say, as I go to sleep in this, I stay asleep there too. So you can make an intentional nap or an intentional sleep. And we have those, right? Like if you've ever like just slept solid, it's like those nights when you fall asleep, you're so exhausted, and then you wake up and you're like, well, it's morning. What happened? Like I thought that like that was like a minute ago. Nothing, it's like all this actual time passed, but you felt like it was just like a blink of an eye. Sometimes we need those too, to just completely rest this awareness, this open field, this um, just kind of give yourself a rest. Let me see if there's anything else from Jordan. She says, no, just keep loving yourself, looking yourself in the mirror and looking in your eyes each day and being okay with what you see. She said, be free forgivers. And if you're a mother of a child diagnosed with autism and he or she has violent outbursts, really struggles with that, be a free forgiver. When you're an empath and you take on so much energy, there's so much to discern, so much to sort through. Imagine having to sort all this energy out. No, that's his. No, that's hers. Oh, that is how I feel. Sorting it all out. We feel like maybe it's just as easy as just going whoosh and no, but she's saying, no, it's more, it can be more intense than that. Help your child to set those energetic boundaries. Say with your free will choice, and to your child, state their name, then set the boundaries for the home. Please accept this protection and boundaries. So she wants us to do a protection ritual. So which one? This one? No. Okay, so hopefully the dogs will let us do this. If not, forgive me. Okay, so 2 breaths here, in and out. On this exhale, drop your awareness down your spine, down, out into the earth, down, down, down. She's saying to the womb of the earth, very center of the earth, and imagine all these beautiful crystals. Wherever you look, there is a clear quartz crystal there. And those clear quartz crystals are programmed for the highest vibrational, most powerful protective medicine for your field. So something to give to you. Allow that clear quartz to wrap around your field. Imagine it just wrapping around you. And then double wrapping. Nothing can harm me and come and enter into my field unless I choose so. In my awareness, in my actual choice. And she said, it's as simple as that. And she says, let it be so. Let these words that we speak be so. That we are spiritually and energetically protected. She says, from here you can expand it out. You can wrap it around your house. You can wrap it around your land. You can say to your family, with your free will, I offer this to you, and you can wrap it around them. They can receive it or not receive it. So Mr. Ari needed that. He says, no, Cookie, no. Lisi, no. The land, yes. My land. Does the earth want this? No. The collective, the empaths, yes. With your free will choice as an individual, we offer this energy to the field of empaths that walk this world. And so it is. All right, let me just check and see if anybody from the collective. Nope, we'll wrap it here. So I want to thank you for so much for watching. Um, and hopefully there was something beneficial in there for you. If you want to work with either Jordan or Spencer, or let me choose, or let whoever comes forth from the Autism Collective field come forth for a healing session, just go to AutismCollective.Love and we can get that all organized for you. And so there's so much wisdom and so much beauty. And Cookie and Ari say it's a wrap. All right, guys. Have a beautiful weekend. And the plan is to do this every Friday at 5. I might change it, so keep track of that. Watch all the little channels and I'll let you know. The only reason is because this 5 o'clock, as you can say, is a little crazy. So I might have to do it a little bit earlier. All right. Love to you guys and blessings. The love and light and divine in me sees and honors the love and the light and divine in you. Namaste. All right. Mwah!